Fast cuts of high-end architectural digest style rooms, transitioning into a gritty, satisfying shot of a dusty thrift store fine being cleaned. Stop spending thousands on home decor when the most stylish homes of 2026 are being built at the thrift store. I'm not exaggerating. The biggest trends taking over right now aren't coming from IKEA or Wayfair. They're coming from secondhand shops, nature, and a completely different mindset about what it means to have a beautiful home. Today, I'm breaking down the 2026 aesthetic in a way that actually makes sense and saves you real money. If you love a high-end home but hate the high-end price tag, hit subscribe right now. This channel is built for the bougie on a budget soul. And stay until the end, because I'm sharing my top thrift store hunting secrets that most people walk right past. You are not going to want to miss that part. The 2026 design shift. Visual. B-roll of fast furniture falling apart contrasted with sturdy vintage dresser being refinished. Let's start here because everything else makes more sense once you understand this shift. Interior design in 2026 is a clever correction. We are officially exhausted with fast furniture that falls apart in 2 years. Material costs keep climbing, and frankly, people are done with disposable living. The new direction is intentional. It is slow. It is curated. And here's what designers keep saying over and over this year. People want their homes to tell a story, one that goes beyond "I got off Amazon." That one sentence explains every single trend we are about to go through. So let's get into it. Trend 1, the organic aesthetic. Visual. Close-up texture shots of linen fabric, rattan weave, raw with grain and handmade pottery. The first major trend of 2026 is the full embrace of natural, organic materials. We are talking linen, rattan, raw wood, jute, handmade pottery, and woven baskets. The homes that look the most elevated right now are the ones that feel like they were collected over time, not assembled in a weekend shopping trip. The top interior design direction this year is all about timeless warmth, intentional layering, soft textures, and a real connection to nature. Here's a pro tip. Natural materials age beautifully. A thrifted woven basket does not look used. It looks intentional. A slightly imperfect ceramic vase does not look cheap. It looks artisanal. You are literally being rewarded for shopping secondhand right now, because collected is the new decorated. A single handcrafted piece can elevate an entire room, and that piece does not have to cost you anything near retail price. Trend 2, the travertine takeover. Visual. Scrolling through design platforms showing travertine coffee tables, stone bowls, and natural stone accessories styled in real homes. Now let's talk about the most searchable trend of 2026, and that is travertine. If you have been on any design platform this year, you have absolutely seen it. This creamy, porous limestone is everywhere right now because it feels warm, grounded, and completely organic. While travertine has traditionally lived in bathrooms and on floors, it has now moved into living spaces through coffee tables, side tables, and decorative accessories, adding that organic luxury feel to the heart of the home. Here is the budget hack that changes everything. Retailers are selling authentic travertine bowls for $180 to $200 or more. But thrift stores are a genuine gold mine for this exact material. Here is how you spot it. Run your fingers across the surface. If it is heavy, cold to the touch, and has tiny visual channels or small holes in the texture, that is the real thing. Grab it without hesitation. A travertine bowl or stone tray on your coffee table or kitchen counter will instantly elevate the entire space and communicate exactly the aesthetic that 2026 design is chasing. Trend 3, sustainable soul. Visual. Side-by-side comparison of a 1970s solid wood dresser next to a modern particle board piece falling apart at the joints. Sustainable decorating is not a vibe anymore. It is a full lifestyle in 2026. And this year, sustainability means buying secondhand, vintage, and antique furniture and decor. The benefit of vintage pieces is not just that they can be economical. It is that they deliver quality and uniqueness that simply cannot be matched by big box stores. Antique and thrifted finds outstyle fast furniture every single time by adding character, soul, and history to a room. Think about what that actually means. A solid wood dresser from the 1970s will outlast anything built from a composite today by decades. When you buy vintage, you are not just saving money, You are opting out of the waste cycle entirely and giving your room a depth and a soul that mass-produced pieces genuinely cannot replicate. Pine blanket chests, mid-century modern armchairs, solid with sideboards. These are the pieces we're hunting for, because the craftsmanship simply does not exist in new production at that price point anymore. Trend 4, the curated thrift look. Visual. Overlay text on screen reading hunt for vintage china, solid wood furniture, textile wall hangings. Let's be very clear about something. The curated thrifted home is not a budget compromise in 2026. It is a design statement. The secondhand market continues to gain serious momentum this year precisely because planet-conscious interior design is trending hard. The pursuit of the find is what creates an authentic interior, curated over time with pieces that actually tell a story. To get the high-style thrifted look, you have to train your hands, not just your eyes. Walk past anything plastic. Walk past anything with visible particle board or a hollow knock when you tap it. Solid wood is heavy. Real stone is cold and dense. Natural fiber textiles feel different from polyester blends the moment you touch them. Train yourself to feel materials, and you will start finding the gems that everyone else is walking right past every single day. The strategy for pulling it all together. Visual. A color palette graphic on screen showing weathered clay, terracotta, deep burgundy, and sanded neutral side by side. So how do you actually execute this without your home looking like a random garage sale? Here's a strategy broken down simply. Start with a color story. The trending palette for 2026 leans into warm, earthy tones like weathered clay, deep burgundy, terracotta, and sanded neutrals that pair beautifully with wood tones and natural materials. Pick 2 or 3 of these tones and use them as your filter every single time you thrift. If a piece does not fit the palette, leave it behind no matter how good the price is. That discipline is what separates a curated space from a cluttered one. Next, layer your textiles. Jute rugs, linen throws, and cotton cushion covers are the glue that makes a room feel finished and warm. These are all available secondhand, and they have an enormous visual impact for almost no money. Textiles are where budget decorators can win the biggest, then bring in nature for free. A sculptural branch in a thrifted vase is the ultimate 2026 centerpiece. A few stones on a shelf, a plant in a handmade ceramic pot. Surfaces in 2026 deliberately celebrate organic imperfection rather than manufactured perfection. Nature is literally on trend, and it costs nothing. Finally, invest your actual money in 1 or 2 anchor pieces per room. A solid wood table, a genuine vintage armchair, 1 quality stone piece. Let those carry the room and build everything else around them with smart secondhand finds. The never walk past list. Visual. Fast-paced checklist appearing on screen with each item as it is mentioned. Since you made it this far, here is your 2026 thrift hit list. These are the specific items to look for on every single secondhand run. Natural stone pieces including trays, bowls, bookends, and vases. These are selling for serious money at retail and are regularly donated without people realizing what they have. Heavy, cold, porous texture. Pick up every single one you find. Solid wood furniture from the 1960s through the 1980s. Look for brands like Thomasville and Drexel Heritage. These pieces were built to last generations, and they look incredible style with modern natural textiles. Large natural fiber pieces, including vintage linen tablecloths, cotton curtain panels, and woven blankets. These are constantly overlooked because they look plain. That is exactly what makes them perfect for 2026. A large aged linen piece can become a curtain, a table runner, a wall hanging, or a throw depending on your space. Studio pottery with artist marks on the bottom. Anything hand thrown. Anything with organic edges. Anything with an earthy glaze. These pieces communicate handmade quality, and they photograph beautifully. Brass and copper decorative objects. Candle holders, small trays, frames, and hardware and warm metals are having a significant moment in 2026 interiors, and thrift stores are genuinely full of them. Calm, beautiful shot of a finished thrifted room. Soft light, natural textures, and a warm color palette. Here is what I want to leave you with. The most beautiful homes of 2026 are not the most expensive ones. They are the most authentic ones. You cannot buy history at a big box store. It only comes from taking your time, shopping with intention, and filling your space with things that actually mean something to you. The slow living home is not built in a weekend. It is built over time, one great find at a time. And that process is genuinely part of what makes it special. So here is your challenge this week. Go to one thrift store with your color story in mind. Train your hands to feel for weight and texture, and comment below the best thing you have ever found secondhand. I want to know. If you want more budget interior design content, the next video is right here, and I think you are going to love it. I will see you there.